Well, rotavirus, known to most of us as the stomach flu, is one of the most common infections for children. Tens of thousands of children are actually sent to the hospital each and every year with this. And just this week, we have seen local schools close because of similar cases. Well, WATE 6 on your side anchor Lori Tucker has much more in tonight's Caring for Our Kids. Lori.
Yeah, thank you, Kristen. You know, most children will come down with the rotavirus before they reach the age of 5, but there are ways, we understand, to prevent it and not just treat it. So joining me now to talk about that is Dr. Kristen Farr from Children's Hospital. Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely.
Good to see you again. So let's start by explaining some of the common symptoms of rotavirus that parents need to look for.
Absolutely. So vomiting, fevers can go along with the virus, and most specifically, it's diarrhea, pretty watery diarrhea.
Just a terrible time for the kids.
It is.
It's just not good at all. Is this contagious when we're talking about those symptoms?
Highly contagious, yeah. So that's why good hand washing is critical, but it's very, very contagious, which is why also it's kind of prevalent in younger children.
Right.
So.
How to get I was just talking with a friend today. How do I get my 3-year-old to do that all the time?
Yes.
Wash their hands. So that's tough. Let's talk about vaccines because, correct me if I'm wrong, babies can get these, right?
Absolutely. So we start usually the vaccine at 2 months of age. So you can get it at 2, 4, and 6 months. And there's another vaccine you can get at 2 and 4 months. So yeah, we start it young.
Very young. And what is the vaccine called?
Well, those Rototech is
the
kind of
Rototech.
the most common one.
Okay, very good. And when do you need to make sure that you need to get your child to the hospital?
So what we worry about is dehydration. It's all supportive care, so you basically want to make sure your child is drinking well, but if they stop making wet diapers, stop making tears when they're crying, then that's a sign of dehydration.
Absolutely. And how long do symptoms typically last?
Well, it depends. It can last, up to a week sometimes for the diarrhea, so it just depends on each case, but it can be a while. So.
Wow. And you know, we hear about so many kids being sick right now. Are you seeing some of this right now?
Absolutely. We've started seeing it, yeah, at the Children's Hospital now, so it's the time of year for it.
Yeah, yeah, and because you're seeing it, how long has the vaccine been around?
Oh,
I mean, are some kids not vaccinated for it, obviously, or how does that happen?
They should be. The problem is if you don't get your child vaccinated during the appropriate time, you can only do it in the infancy period. So, so really, if we miss, if we miss a child, then they're not eligible to get it. So that's really why it's important, at 2 months to really try to take your child to have them vaccinated. But there are children that aren't vaccinated, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, and they get so sick. All right. Yes. Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it, Dr. Farr. And if you have a question about your child's health, just email me at ltucker@wate.com. And be sure to tune in every Thursday here on WATE 6 on Your Side News at 5:30 to see if we use your question on the air.